All right, so here we go. Yes, we are taking a very special look at Sigmund the High Shield. He's a legendary defense, and you guys can actually get your hands on him today for completely free. I'm going to also show you how you can get an amazing epic support team around him for free as well. But yeah, we're going to dive into all of his abilities. We're going to talk about some of the reviews as well, because there's actually some weird things going on with the reviews that we definitely need to talk about. But you're probably wondering, hey, Robbie, how do I obtain him today for free? So if you're starting up a brand new account, a free-to-play account, or you're a new user, all you go is to the promo code, and you put in mid-game top as a new user, and you confirm that. Of course, I can't do that right now because it's only valid for new players, but you will obtain him in your inbox, as well as a ton of free starter resources as well. So that is really cool. Now, also, let's talk about getting him some really good support. So we got Teodor here and goooooo, who I'm giving away today for free as well. If you want to obtain them, all you have to do is follow that link in the description below or scan that QR code on the screen and they will be yours, as well as an additional bunch of starter resources to give you guys the best head start in Raid Shadow Legends. But back to Sigmund here. So if you're starting up a new account, he is absolutely amazing as a legendary defense. But let's talk about exactly what he can do. So first and foremost, we have Fair Fight level 1. So he attacks one enemy. Kind of a bummer, kind of underwhelming, I know. But he removes any shield buffs. Also has a 50% chance of removing one random buff, and has a 75% chance instead when attacking bosses as well. So yeah, some bonuses there also when attacking those bosses. Now, we also have Battlefield Beacon. Now, this is where he attacks all enemies 2 times. It's actually really big. That's kind of rare. I don't see too many champions with that in particular, being able to attack all enemies twice. Now, each hit has a 50% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, and a 75% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. Now, that's actually really significant. Now, what does this tell us, though? That we're going to want to load him up with HP defense. He is a defense legendary, of course, and aggro in any major threats. That is going to be his key role here to really take on some damage for the rest of the team. So you want to have your attackers going off. He's taking on the damage. That provoke is extremely exceptional for that for sure. Now, we also have Shield of the Realm. Places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns, equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. Also places a 25% strengthened buff on all allies for 2 turns. So he's a major team player. He is not selfish whatsoever. So we're seeing here this ability where he is able to debuff essentially, aggro in, and then at the same time, he can also buff everyone around him, which is absolutely huge. But let's talk about his equitable skill here. So whenever this champion is attacked, has a 20% chance of decreasing the duration of all buffs on the attacker by 1 turn. Has a 40% chance instead when attacked by a boss. So he is also really useful in those boss battles as well. But let's say you have someone that is a major threat on the team. They are buffed to the max. You're going to want to draw aggro by using this, provoke them, and then of course you will have that 20% chance of decreasing all those buffs on the attacker for 1 turn, which is absolutely huge. Now, if we place him as the leader of the group, what do we have here? So his aura is increases allied defense in Doom Tower battles by 40%. So he's going to be extremely useful for Doom Tower defense in particular. So that is extremely useful. But, you know, we ought to talk about the reviews a little bit because there's a lot going on here. Mixed opinions about Sigmund the High Shield. Sound off if you guys use him or not. But remember, you can actually obtain him today for free simply by going over here to promo codes and entering mid-game top, and you are good to go. Now, remember, if you are wanting a lot of support with Sigmund here, you can actually get Teodor and, yes, goooooo for free today. Follow that link in the description below or scan that QR code on the screen, and you'll obtain them both for free on a new account. And that's the same thing for Sigmund as well. But yeah, a bunch of starter resources as well. Yeah, but poor Sigmund, he has some controversies around him with his ratings. Check this out. Not like hitting the 4.5s that we usually want to see. It's kind of ho-hum all the way around, but in particular, very bad ratings right here in Arena. Spiders in, Forest Keep. Wow, you can see that a lot of people have Sigmund kind of just sitting in his vault. So how do you really utilize him most likely for those faction wars, he's going to be great on the Bannerlord by providing that support, by providing that defense, I should say, for sure. But we get more of a detailed look at how good he is in Doom Tower when we head on over to HellHades here. So with Scarab King, we have a 4 out of 5 rating. That's not too shabby. So he's actually pretty useful against Scarab King. Now for Magma Dragon, same thing, 4 out of 5. But where do you want to avoid him? It seems like Nether Spider is just a no-go, 1 star only, which is just absolutely terrible. And pretty much overall, when it comes to Doom Tower, you're going to want to focus in on 2 particular areas. That's going to be Magma Dragon and Scarab King going forward, and then kind of avoiding some of the other pitfalls here, which are going to be Dark Fae, Dreadhorn, and very average on Celestial Griffin as well. But he excels also in one of the dungeons in particular, and that is going to be your Ice Golem. If you're going to want to go in there and farm Ice Golem, definitely slot him in on your team. And let's say you do want to take him into Arena, which a lot of people are not doing that from what I understand. The thing is, he has 2 Arena roles that he does excel at. 4 out of 5 stars in these areas. That's going to be damage absorption, which is going to be that aggroing, building up its HP, its defense, and then of course some crowd control, which is really good. But I mean, clearly you could see just going through here how many people are actually picking him and the win rate of this champion for arenas. Yeah, I would kind of like avoid him when it comes to arena. No one's playing him on the, ultimate tier, of course. And gold tier 1, his win rate is pretty low here, only 25%. So yeah, very average in, PvP arena. So you're probably going to want to build him out for PvE, and we have a general PvE, section here for masteries. You're going to want to really focus on apparently offense and support. So what do we got going on here for support? So pinpoint accuracy, we're focusing on accuracy, by far one of the best skill sets to focus on. You're going to want to dump some points into that accuracy. And then we have charge focus, increases accuracy by 20 when the champion has no skills on cooldown. Are you seeing a pattern here? More accuracy for Sigmund here. Now, we also have Swarm Smiter, once again increasing accuracy by 4 for each enemy alive. This one stacks up to 16. And what do we have with this book? And then we got the Lore of Still, increases the base stat set bonuses of all artifact sets that increase base stats by 15%. This increase is multiplicative, not additive. So that's actually huge. Now, Evil Eye decreases the target's turn meter when the champion hits them with the default skill for the first time. Decreases the turn meter by 20% with single targeted skills by 5% with AoE skills. Occurs once per target though, so it's not like a multiple thing. Now, we got Sniper, increases the chances of placing any debuff from skills or artifacts by 5%. It will not increase the chance of placing stun, sleep, freeze, fear, true, blah, 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 all that stuff, all those debuffs. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but hey, it is what it is. Now, Master Hexer has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuff cast by this champion by 1 turn. Since he is a debuffer, this one's super important. Now, also, it says it will not extend stun and so on and so forth for those particular debuffs. But if we scroll back up here, let's talk about what to invest in on offense. It's interesting. It looks like you're going to lean in on the right side, but all of a sudden it goes to the left. So let's take a look here. So we have Deadly Precision. We're talking about crit rate plus 5%. What do we have next? More crit damage plus 10% with Keen. What was that? Keen Strike. And then, of course, we have Heart of Glory. It says increases damage inflicted by 5% when attacking with full HP. Now, we also have this dude with a bunch of arrows in his back. Single out, increased damage inflicted to targets with less than 40% HP by 8%. That's actually really, really nice right there. Life Drinker heals by 5% of damage inflicted when attacking with 50% HP or less. And then, of course, we have Bring It Down, increased damage inflicted by 6% when attacking targets with higher max HP. And then we have Mythical, which increases the damage inflicted by this champion default skill by 2% each time it is used during battle, stacks across each round in a battle up to 10%. That's actually pretty useful. Now, finally, we get to the ultimate one here. War Master has a 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. Bonus damage is equal to 10% of the champion's max HP or 4% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. Bonus damage can only occur once per skill and does not count as an extra hit. Now, what does this War Master skill tell us? So it tells us when it comes to outfitting him with artifacts, gear, all that stuff, we need to focus up on HP with Sigmund to really build that up, to make sure on many levels that he is ready to go, because yeah, you have attack bonuses based on his HP. He's going to be aggroing in a lot of these enemies, so you're going to want to buff up his overall health pool. So that makes a lot of sense to focus in on HP when it comes to, of course, Sigmund here. Now, remember, if you are wanting to obtain him for free today, it is quite simple, and this is for new users, or hey, you could start a brand new second account, third account, whatever. Head on over to promo codes, do mid-game top. It's quite simple. There you go. Confirm it, enter. It'll end up in your inbox over here, of course. And then you can grab all those extra goodies that are going to be in your inbox as well. Now, to provide him with an amazing team, you got Teodor and goooooo that I'm giving away today for free. Follow the link in the description below, or scan that QR code on the screen and you will obtain them for free, as well as additional, even more starting resources to give you that head start in Raid Shadow Legend. All right, so there it is. There's Sigmund, the High Shield. I've heard some great things about him. I've also heard some more divisive opinions about him, but let me tell you what, when it comes to particular areas in the Doom Tower, you're definitely going to want to slot him on your team for sure. But yeah, have fun with him. Combine him with Teodor and goooooo, and I think you will be an absolute powerhouse of a team there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Take care.